Hello, everyone. Welcome to Financeology 101. Class is now in session. The information provided during this podcast is just that, information. You will need to do further research to address your specific situation. Enjoy the session. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Gifted Generations Presents Financeology 101. I'm your host, Robin Seegers, along with my husband, Elroy Seegers. And we just wanted to send this podcast out to give a shout out to 2021 of all the projects we've done under Gifted Generations and to recap all the podcast sessions we recorded and posted, and to thank everyone that participated, everyone that downloaded, everyone that joined in the live stream. We just wanted to thank everyone for their participation. So first of all, we'll just list the projects that we were involved in 2021. The first project, of course, is Financeology 101, the podcast. The second project is our financial app, Bags of Money, which we launched on Android this year. And the final project is a book that my husband co-authored. And at the end of this session, he will discuss it and give you some information about the book. So first of all, let's talk about the podcast, Financeology 101. This was something that came about because my husband has a passion for helping people with their finances. That's his gift. He operates in it with ease, and he does a wonderful job with coaching people, giving people advice about their finances. And so he thought about doing a podcast to put the information out there so we can help other people and reach many more people. So this is how this podcast came about, from his passion for finances and helping people. So the first podcast we started out in January was Real Talk.
Mr. Leader.
Yes, Real Talk. That was a good one. That was our friend that she just gave the raw deal about how she was raised about money, and how she was raised and thinking about money and everything, and how as an adult now that she's changed her view. So if you haven't heard that one, go check that one out. It's called Real Talk. Then we had,
Rob, before
go
you
ahead.
move forward, actually give them what the title was and what their career field was. She was a lawyer, because I think it would help people to understand that, we're just not talking to just any old body. We got one professional lady named Tina. She comes on every so often. She has a financial background from all 50 states, and then we have people, everyday people in their businesses, to come on and talk about the exact same topic or similar topic on what she just spoke about, to expand it further as far as everyday people like myself and yourself. So to me, she's a lawyer, and she was doing Real Talk. So I just want to make sure we get that input so we can kind of like get some feedback on each topic that we talked about and who we brought on board. Okay, go ahead.
Right, right. Then we started out with approaching finances from the mental approach. And like my husband said, we had Tina Smith. She's out of Virginia, and she is the president of the Financial T Coaching and Consulting Firm. She's a financial coach and she's an author. And so she partnered with us, and a lot of these podcasts, she was our expert. So Tina helped us with the mental approach to financial planning. Then we had another session executing your financial plan. And then we had another session about how to put this plan in motion, get it going. Then we had in February, Couples Get Your Money Right. We had Olanda Green come on and speak to us, and she is a marriage coach. She talked to us about how couples need to be on the same page when it comes to their money. Then we had a session with about saving. Once again, Tina did that one with us. Now we had a special one, the millennial financing their future. We had our son who is a millennial, and he came and he and his dad, which is my husband, sat down and talked about their his viewpoint on finances and some of the stories about being raised in this household and how he thought about money. Then we had two sessions. Yeah, that was a funny one to hear some of the stories that he would tell, things that we've said to him, especially his dad over the years about money. So that was real interesting.
It
And
actually
then,
stuck with him. He uses them apply today. So it's,
right.
it's like, wow, you use that method. Yep. So it was pretty impressive that
So,
he's able
yeah,
to be able to hear that back from him from a adult standpoint.
right. And then we had two sessions on tithes and offering. We had a friend come in and speak to us about their viewpoint on tithes and offering. And then we had Miss Tina Smith come on and give as far as the clinical side of tithes and offerings about including that into your budget. And then we had two sessions on paying down your debt and paying your bills on time. Once again, we had another friend come out and talk about that along, and then Tina as well talked about that. We had health and how it impacts your finances, and a lot of us don't think, but our health impacts our finances, but it really does. And
Yep.
we had Rita Brewer,
Yep.
physician
That was a good
assistant,
one.
and yeah, she Rita Brewer, a physician assistant and private health consultant, came on and talked to us about that. That was really good because we don't think that how our health impact our money and how much money we spending on insurance and medicine and how that money, if you just took care of yourself, worked on taking care of yourself, how you could save money. That was really an eye opener. And then Elroy and I did cash versus credit cards. How when to use which one and how to be careful about swiping that credit card a lot. Now, this is a good one. We did one on traveling on a budget with Donna Cushenberry. She's the owner
Oh yeah, I
of
forgot about that one. That was a good one.
Dream.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's the owner of Dream Sensation Travel Agency, and that was a good one. She was telling us all the ins and outs, especially with COVID, on how to plan. And a lot of people think I don't have any money, so I can't go anywhere.
Right.
This person can tell you that's not true, and she can show you how to manage your money and go on a nice vacation. So
Yeah.
that was a good one, especially because when we did that one, things started opening back up, and I know people were looking to get away, so we did that one around that time. Then we had over the summer home buying, selling, and refinancing with April Russell. She's a mortgage loan officer, 20 plus years of doing this,
Yeah.
and that was incredible and eye opening.
Mhm.
Then we had understanding your credit score and how it impacts your future. Tina did this one. Tina Smith. Oh my goodness, that was a good one. And
Yeah.
all I keep saying that, but all of them were really good because it was a lot of eye-opening information. We think we know, but we really don't know. So you guys need to listen to some of these podcasts and get the information. Then we did one over the summer. I think it was like July. um, Funeral planning and insurance with CJ Anthony, and he's a funeral service licensee and a North Carolina insurance agent. That one was that one was wow, because you could do a lot of preparation beforehand to ease your loved ones from having to deal with that and your in case of your demise. So
Right.
that was a good one, and there was a lot of information that you don't even think about that you can do prepare for because this is something that's not to say that it's not going to happen to you. It's going to happen to all of us. So it's a good to know that you can prepare. A lot of people don't want to talk about it, but you can prepare for it.
That's the one with CJ.
Yes,
Yeah,
CJ.
he's
CJ
real good.
Anthony. Yeah. And then Tina Smith did Understanding Life Insurance, and she was explaining about whole and term and universal life and the difference between and all the stipulations
Yeah,
that you wouldn't. It it's a lot, and so listening to the podcast, it'll give you some more insight on what you need to know, and all of these podcasts is just to pique your interest for you to dig and get more
yeah,
information.
a lot of topics too that covers a
Yeah.
broad scope of thing that really impacts your finances and stuff. A
Mhm.
lot of times people look at just getting a job, paying the bills, but there's so many things that is incorporated to everyday living that impacts your way you live. You'll be amazed and how you can live better if you don't do certain things, how they can impact you, and you can end up being on the
Mhm.
wrong end of things. So your health, like you're saying, your the death of a person, of a loved one, making sure those
Mhm.
things are taken care of. Insurance, you're right. There's so many topics. You know, I know we covered a lot, and so we definitely wanted to make sure we took our time, for each podcast to address those things. So I think we did a pretty good job.
Yeah, yeah, we covered a lot. There's still a lot to cover. Like, and we did child care with Lakeisha Rogers. She's an
Yeah, oh
early
yeah, that was
childhood.
really good. The
Yeah,
rules in that one. Wow, all the rules.
yeah.
Yeah.
Now, Lakeisha Roger is an early childhood educator. So if you notice the thing that we're going with here is that we, like Elroy said, we had experts. This wasn't us telling you what to do. We had experts to come on in different career fields and
Hmm.
tell us what we needed to know. It wasn't about what we were telling you to do. It's what the people that actually live, breathe, and work in these areas, experts that have gone to school and educated
Hmm.
on these areas came out and said to us. So it would be good that the listeners would go in and pick one and just listen to that information. We did another one with Rita Brewer. Like I say, she's the physician assistant and private health consultant on healthy eating on a budget. And you can eat healthy on a budget. It's just that you have to have strategy. A lot of these topics, you have to have a plan. You have to have a strategy. You just can't go in, like I like to say, all willy nilly and think it's going to work. Because the minute it don't work, you gonna run from it. So have a strategy. Be intentional. Then we had Tina Smith come back and she spoke to us about 401k. So that was a big topic. And then we got into the season of this November, December, the season of giving and people being charitable. And we had our friends come on, and Kevin and Chanel Tabron come on and tell us about their foundation that they established. It's called the Emmanuel Asher Tabron Foundation of Wendell, North Carolina, and his initials spell out EAT. And Emmanuel Asher Tabron was their son that they lost. And so instead of just giving up hope, they figured they can show their love to other kids in the community and pour into them and help them, especially single parent homes, and just show the kids that they are loved. So they started this foundation in their son's name to just be a blessing in their communities to the kids in the community, which was touching and an amazing story. And then we ended it this year with Tina again, holiday spending, shop till you drop. Now that was a good one. We have the now I know Christmas is over, but it's something to think about come next year that we uh, um, have a strategy once again about shopping for the holidays and budgeting and planning for 2022 that for Christmas because we know it's coming. So don't be surprised that it shows up and you be like, oh my goodness, and you start swiping that credit card. January 1, you can start budgeting. So
Yeah.
that was a recap of all the topics we talked about and all the experts that we brought in and all their information. Each expert on our financeology101.podbean.com website is their contact information. You can go to their social media sites, their websites. You can email them, talk to them. We added all that information so that you could hear the podcast and contact the experts if you wanted to, as well as we also with each topic out on our Facebook page, which is Gifted Gen LLC on Facebook. We added articles, news articles. We found new news articles that tied into all of these topics. So that would give you more information. Then on top of that, we found tips and things for each topic, and we posted that on our Instagram page. And Instagram, we GIF dot GEN. So we tried to attack it on all sorts of ways about giving y'all the information you need, the podcast, Facebook articles, the tips on Instagram. So we wanted to, and the experts, we wanted to make sure we gave y'all good information. So we wanted to, that was our goal, was out and find the information and give it to y'all, because if we could help one person, we've done an excellent job. And Podbean has these milestones, and we've reached a milestone that we have over 300 plus listeners and over 30 hours of podcast sessions. So those are the milestones that we've reached in Podbean, something that we wasn't even thinking about. We was just
Right.
getting the information out there. And it's just wonderful to know that we're reaching people. And I pray this being a blessing to people.
Yeah, please share it. Don't want to sound negative, but yeah, we know how things can spread when it's either negative or you know something goes viral. But this is something that can truly help out you personally. So there's no reason why we can make this thing go viral or help more people to share it and have more listeners to come in and be a part of all these things that we're providing. Because like my wife said, Robin said, there's a lot of information out on the Facebook. There's a lot of information out on Instagram and also YouTube. Now, I give her all the credit because she keeps saying we, but yeah, we is in French, but she does all of the research and she does all the posting and stuff. So I give her all the credit when it comes to that. She does say it's we because it is a joint effort, but she does just about, well, just about, she does all the research. She runs things by me and, does a great job. Sometimes, when she don't need to run it by me, she has a good feel for those information. I'm impressed because I think it has really helped her out also to understand, the everyday budgeting phases. Because when you're married, sometimes you got one person that can write the bill. I mean, pay the bills, and one person just like just understand the bills. So you always going to have someone who's a nerd, that's me, with the bills, and somebody just like just get it paid. So there's a good balance here in our household. So we try to help people also to understand that balance in that household, who's going to do what, and just understand what you're getting yourself into and what you need to do in order to become, one person as far as paying those bills and budgeting, because it can be frustrating. It can be confusing too, because it can really turn your household upside down, but it also can make your household more united, and you can build if you're all on the same accord.
I totally agree. I totally agree. And so, just to give you some ideas of what we're looking to do come 2022 with the podcast, we wanted to do. We made a list, and we're working through the list. So, stocks, mutual funds, IRAs, buying a car, reverse mortgage, refinancing mortgage, HELOC. Always tell them what HELOC is.
Home equity, line of credit.
Yes. And we're looking to do protecting your personal identity, college fund, student loans, health insurance. Those are just some of the topics. And
Student
I see
loans.
Miss Tina is listening in. Hey, Tina. I know you can't speak, but hey, Tina.
She can always be.
Um,
She can hit that
she,
call button, we would definitely let her. We would definitely let her call in. So Tina, if you want to join, you hit that call button, girl, and Robin answer. You can join. What we were doing, Tina, we was doing a summary. We talked a lot about you. We talked a whole lot about you. Robin went through a summary of all the things we did on our podcast. So she was giving a list of everything we did, and we definitely want to thank you for all the time you put in with us and all the different podcasts that you actually did. So we definitely give you all the props in the world. So we definitely talk about your book and talk about you and everything you did for us. I think it's been over about a year, a little over a year. So thank you, Tina. Thank you for everything you've done for us. So thank you for dropping in. We just doing a
yes,
quick
yes,
podcast to do a summary of everything we've done this year as far as get the
yes.
renovations and things we had out there. So that's what we done.
Yes, so thank you, Tina. Tina's our resident financial guru that we tap into that resource at least once a month to join us in the podcast. So
Yes,
you go out on our website on financeology101.podbean.com. You can see Tina's information out there, and you can check out her website, her social media pages, and just check out because she is incredible. She is a wealth of knowledge, and she has truly blessed us, and we're looking forward to doing more topics with her in
yes,
2022. And
yes,
if anyone's out there listening and you have a topic that we have not brought up, just leave it in our comment section, and we'll research that and try to find an expert to help us with it because that's one of my jobs is to find experts to come on and talk to us. So like I said, it's not coming from us or Robin, it's coming from the expert people that's trained in these areas. And we
yes,
wanted to make sure the correct information was going out, not just what we thought. Because I mean, we could think a lot of things and be just as wrong, but we wanted to make sure we wanted to make sure the experts was there telling
yeah,
you so you
exactly.
know that this is valid information. It's not made up information. So our wonderful financial guru Tina Smith is just amazing. So thank you, Tina. And those are the future topics. If you have anything else you wanted to add, just leave a comment and we'll look into those topics and we'll see about getting an expert to come and speak to us about it. So, our next project is the Bags of Gifted Generations present the Bags of Money app. So, take it away, Aurora.
Okay, well, there's a little saying I like to say for each podcast is we help improve lives by improving one's personal finances. We remove the stress to everyday financial management. By the way, we also have a budgeting app. Check it out to change your life. It's called Bags of Money app. Our slogan is same money, new level. So let's look at that slogan, same money, new level. Why do we have that slogan? Here's why. Very often the money that you make is all you really need in order to be successful. Sometimes we go out and find these new jobs and we end up making more money, but also end up spending more money. So this app will help you to track all those jobs you decide to get 4 or 5 jobs, and also all your expenses and also your savings. The way that the app works is very great. It's all on Android right now, and I just got the iOS update today, and I'm troubleshooting it now. Hopefully, it'll be ready to go in the next few weeks, days, hopefully. But the way the app is, you get to put in all your expenses, all your income. So let's say you get paid every 2 weeks. You put it in there, and it automatically updates it every 2 weeks for you. Expenses, a bill is every month, updates it every month. So on any given day, week, month, or year, you can click on the calendar, on the daily calendar or the monthly calendar. It'll be able to tell you your balance that it can predict on any day. So today is December the 28th. And if I looked at my account, it'd say, here's my current checking balance. Here's a nice home screen. The home screen gives you your checking balance, your savings account, the income that you have for the month, and the expenses you have for the month if you got a surplus or you have a shortage. So let's say I want to say, you know what, New Year's Day is in a couple of days, and I want to go out of town on the 15th. I can click on the 15th on that app. It'll tell me, this is your predicted checking account balance based on your current spending habits, which means all your income, all your expenses. So let's say between now and the 15th, I decide to go out to eat. Well, just go ahead and put it in there. One time entry. It's going to automatically update your checking balance moving forward. So now the 15 have a new balance because it's attracting money from the current checking account. And here's a nice little thing that I have not shared, but I will share. So if I have it on my Android and I want to be able to share it with my wife, I can give my wife my information. She can log on and she can see exactly what I'm seeing on her phone real time. So it's a nice app. It's a nice feature. I'm praying that it be done real soon on iOS, but it works flawlessly on Android. And it's dirt cheap. Most apps, they charge you between $5 and $15 a month. This app is only $1.49 per month, and if you pay for it up front, it averages 99 cents per month. So, can you imagine getting all this help for less than $1, almost less than $2 a month, and less than $1 a month if you pay for it all up front in the year? That's unheard of. That's unheard of. Go out and look at some of the apps. Tell me what they charge you. Heck, they charge you with $5.49 just to listen to music. they're not getting you anything. This app can actually help you make you a better you and help you budget your money so you can predict what you're doing down the road. So, Rob,
And,
go ahead, Rob.
yeah, and the make sure everyone understands this app is not tied into your banking account. It does
Yes.
not.
Yep.
It's
Correct.
standalone. That means you
Yep.
have to manually put your income in. You have to
Mhm.
manually put all those in. You have to manually put
Yep.
in your savings. And
Yep.
as you make changes, you can edit and change information as
Hmm.
you go along. And
Yep.
from that, it calculates the algorithm that calculates and predicts your money down. And then you look at what you have and see if it balances with your checking account and your savings account.
Yep.
But don't think that because a lot of people worry with all this cyber crime and everything that this
Yeah.
is another place for your
It's
banking
it's it's
information to
like
be hacked.
it's like a live. It's like an electronic checkbook. That you do need to reconcile. Weekly, monthly, however you want to do it. So it lets you know, hey, you don't have to put in your information all the time. It's just long as like my paycheck is the same every 2 weeks. So once I put it in, I put it in every 2 weeks. It's going to update it from here to 2009 every 2 weeks, and I can change the amount.
To that.
On any given day, I can change the date that I get paid if the date doesn't coincide, something is wrong. It does the common holidays. It does if you get paid on a weekend or if you don't get paid on a weekend. It does the 15th and the 30th of each month. It does end of month payments. So we couldn't capture everything, but there is ways around everything that you do as far as how you get paid that we can definitely work with anyone that needs to, one on one as far as being able to set the app up. I love that part about the app because I can look, like I said, two months from now if I want to go on vacation, and if I don't change into my spending habits, no problem. If I have car problems, if I have whatever the issue may be, and I start taking money out of my savings account or my checking account, it's going to update it for me. This app is really neat, as far as being able to help you know when your bills are paid. Because that is one of the reasons why a lot of people get late fees because they don't know when a bill is due. They don't know, should I pay for it here? Which check does it fall under? We got to get back to the days of, when you used to write a check, it took 3 or 4 days for it clear, right? Well, nowadays, people like saying, I'm on the cusp of getting paid, this check clearing, not getting cleared. But now you can kind of like saying, this check didn't clear on this day. If you write a check, just go ahead and take it out on the app. If you're doing online payment, they tell you every month this bill's gonna come out, gonna hit your account on this day. Go ahead and take it out on that day. It may be a small buffer, and I always like living within the buffer because if they tell me my bill's gonna be withdrawn on the 18th, it may clear my account on the 20th. Don't put on your account on the 20th. Put on the 18th because you know for a fact in 2 days that check's going to clear or that bill is going to clear. It's kind of like re-teaching ourselves how we should be balancing that checkbook. And a lot of times we do it wrong. That's why there's so many bounce checks. I think, Robin, we said it was like, was it how many millions of dollars?
It was
That
billions of dollars,
billion was
billions of dollars.
14.3 billion
Yeah.
checks that bounced, that banks got paid for bounce check in 1 year. Can you imagine?
Mm-hmm.
14.3 billion. And I'm not gonna say that that's the exact number, so forgive me if the number is wrong, but I know it was a large number.
Yeah.
That's just throwing away money. Hey, the bank's getting rich off of us making bad decisions. Not
Yeah.
knowing is kind of crazy. That's part of your job. Is knowing what you have.
And
And
and the
you
app
go
and
ahead.
the app will get you back engaged in your finances
Oh
because right
yes,
now, because
engagement.
everything is electronic, we don't even think about it. We don't even look
Yep.
at stuff. We don't that if you got automatic draft and you say you turned it off, but they still taking money out because you're not looking at anything.
Mm-hmm.
They still taking money from your account until one day you, lo and behold, you happen to look and you's like, I canceled that 6 months ago, but because we don't look and we're not checking, they're
Right.
taking your money out. So this app is geared to get you back engaged in your finances, manually putting your income in, your
Yeah.
expenses in, and manually editing and updating this
Yeah.
app so it balances out with your check, your banking account. So now you're looking at the app and you're looking at your banking account. You're more engaged. You see where your money's going. It shows you in a graph, a pie chart in the app of where your money's going. If you spend it all on entertainment, it's going to show. It's going to show in that pie chart that most of the chart is for entertainment. It
Yeah.
because we got it categorized. We have categories in the pie chart graphs where all your money's going so you can
Yeah.
see where you're spending your money if you're being honest and putting those things in. If you're
Yeah.
not being honest, then it's not going to work for you. But if you're really looking to make a change and you really want to be engaged, this app is going to help you do that.
Yeah. I know you was talking about them taking money out of your account. You can also do what I did, made the mistake of them not taking money out of your account. And I'm
Yeah,
thinking they and,
yeah,
they and I'm thinking they're taking money out of my account. And for 6 months, I was behind on what was a student loan payment. Remember that,
yeah,
Robin? I went to go
yeah,
buy a car. It was like, Mr. Sickers, your credit is 554. I said, that's a lie. I said, my credit 800. I was like, oh, hey, right. What's going on? Well, they made it, well, we're going to say shared mistake in this here, the transition from going from one system to another. Well, that's my responsibility. And I'm like, oh, I got all this extra money and I wasn't checking it. I'm like, that's on me. So this app was created from things like that. I'm like, okay, I said I gotta have something that I can track myself in because the apps out there they don't do these things. I'm like, I gotta be
hmm
be aware of what's going on in my everyday household. I said because I'm pretty anal about those things. But you know what? This was automatic setup. I'm like, oh, it's automatic. I'm like, why do I got all this extra money in this account? Like, where's it coming from? I'm like, oh, this is where it's coming from. I ended up getting all my points back up to 800, but it took me 2 years to going back and forth with emails. Do you want to have that same headache, or do you want to just take time to track what you got coming in and going out? I'm
right,
saying
right.
I would learn from
Right.
me.
So this app would definitely do that. And this app came about when our pastor, Dr. Jeffrey Chapman Sr. and Lady Chapman, Sandy Chapman of Raleigh North Christian Center, one day one Bible study, he was telling us, what's in your hand? What's in your hand? God will work with what's in your hand.
Right,
He has you have to give him something to work with.
right.
And he said that for a long time, and to this day he still says that every now and then
Mm-hmm.
to us,
Yep,
what's
yep.
in your hand? And I kept walking around the house looking like, what's in my hands, what's in my hands? And lo and behold, this app in the form of a spreadsheet was in our hands the whole time. And we
15
and our
years, 15,
and
20
for,
years.
we used this spreadsheet for 15 years to manage our household. And we sat down and turned that spreadsheet into this app.
Yeah,
So it's something we're, and as you can see, the financial podcast, the Bags of Money app, we are looking to just be a blessing to people in their finances. Because once you have control of that and you're a good steward over that, then that will feed into other areas of your life that you're a good steward.
you know.
Amen.
So
Amen.
we just trying to be a blessing to people. So definitely check out that if you have an Android, check out the app. It's in Google Play right now. And like Elroy said, he's working on the beta testing the iOS so we can get that launched here soon. So definitely check out the app. So the next project that we have is the book that Elroy co-authored, and I'm so proud of him. And it's called The Daily Dose of Victory for Veterans. So, Elroy, you want to tell him about that book you co-authored?
Yeah, I tell you, I don't know how I got involved. Somebody just, I was down in Dallas and blacks for a conference, and she was talking about this here, and she wanted to have veterans,
Who
to
is
be a part.
she?
Benita, Melanie Benita, Benita Melanie. She got two first names. Melanie Benita. That's her name, Melanie Benita. And she does all kinds of books. She has tons of books out there on
And she
Amazon.
likes helping a lot of veterans
Yeah, she
because she
does.
is a
She
vet.
does. Yeah, she
Yeah.
does. And she approached me back in 2018, I think it was. And I didn't know she was sick. And so for 3 years, 3 years went by, I'm thinking, okay, well, this ain't gonna happen. Kind of like, gave up. So a lot of people left her because they didn't want to be part of the book anymore. But me, like, what I got to do, I might as well hang around. I'm not an author. I'm just going to see how this shakes up. So she starts sending emails again, and then she tells her story. I'm like, oh my gosh, didn't know all that. So she had 30 authors, 30 people to write scriptures or to write verses, to write poems that was inspirational to people from veterans to veterans or to anybody else that wants to read a book. So I wrote a poem, and the neat thing about the I'm on page 60, I think it is page 60. The neat thing about that, she actually allow you to give information about yourself, and I put my link system, my link tree on the bottom of the book on my page. So when someone looks on my Instagram, my link tree, they can get all my information that links to Facebook, Get the Generations, YouTube and stuff like that. So that, which is really nice because you ain't got to list all those things. It's already there. But the book is really about inspirational things. And here's the neat thing. Um, she has 5 people. I'm one of the first 5 people that's going to be on the billboard in Times Square. So she's making arrangements now so that they're going to put it in Times Square. So I'm going to be in Times Square, people. May not be New Year's Eve, but it's going to be up on Times Square. And when they have it in Times Square, I'm going up there to see my face in Times Square with that information. And then on top of that, outside of being in Times Square on the big billboard, I'm going to be in some magazines. I think it's 6 magazines. The New York Weekly, the LA Wire, the CEO Weekly, the Atlanta Wire, the Miami Wire, and the San Francisco Post. I'm like, yeah, I'm all in for this right here. So I'm just thankful that I was patient enough to hang around with her, because this also gives us more exposure, from the writings, but also get people to see, oh, this is a nice little thing you wrote. Who is this person? And then they be able to see, oh, he does podcasting. Oh, he has an app. So it's another way to get exposure out there for myself and Robin. But the book is really nice because you get to read different scriptures, different sayings, different things of what people felt, how they wanted to inspire other people. I love it. They had a couple of book launchings out there. I was part of the 2 book launchings. I think right now it's only available through the ebook, and pretty soon she's going to try to. We should be able to go on Amazon and buy it for Amazon. Here's a neat thing, Rob. I went on Amazon. Was it Amazon? Or was it LinkedIn? It said I'm an author. I went, oh, look at here, I'm an author. So they automatically, once you get you publish your book, you become a known author on your LinkedIn account. I'm like, wow, this is neat. So it's all new to me, but I'm glad that I stayed around, hung in there with her because she has tons of energy. I thought I had energy. This girl is Energizer Bunny on steroids. I mean, she goes and goes and goes. But you have to because she's getting information and handling information from all sides of her life, day and night, and she provides it like it's nothing. She makes it look easy. I'm like, this lady's got it going on. So I'm thankful for her just allowing me to be a part of this book. The exposure that we're gonna get, and hopefully that people can read it. If you're in New York City, I'm gonna let you know I'm gonna be on Billboard because Robin, I know for a fact we're gonna be in Times Square. We're gonna go up there and see that thing because she wants to do like a big event too. When we're gonna be on the Billboard in Times Square. I just told her, let me know when you gonna go up there. I said, me and my wife will be there too. So I'll let you know when it happens. We're gonna be on a plane up there. COVID or not, no COVID. We're gonna go up in that place. That's a once in
Okay.
a lifetime thing. Once in a lifetime thing.
Yeah, it is. So just to go back to the book, the suicide rate with military and veterans is skyrocketing, and I think that's what inspired her to put this group of people together to write something, because we all, especially this time, things just been so crazy,
Yes.
to have words of encouragement for the veterans, and not just military. It could be any public service, police officers, firefighters, EMTs. It definitely could this book could be a blessing, just to know that someone else cares, and that
Yes.
they're not alone. So
Yep.
listening at the book launch of all the stories of all the veterans that participated in this project, and how they just shared and wanted to support other
Yes.
veterans and active duty military
Yes.
people, and let them know that they're not alone, and that
Yep.
someone else is out there thinking about them, and someone else
Amen.
out there loves them.
Amen.
So the book, it has an enormous purpose and impact on our military personnel. So I'm looking forward to when it gets to paperback or hardback, where we can, on our website, Get the Generation website, actually start selling it as well. And that we can also buy them and give them out as gifts, because you never know who might need some of those scriptures, or some of those poems, or some of those words from other veterans. It's like a book of just hugs and love and kisses.
Yep.
So
Yep. Yep.
I'm proud that you took part of that, and I'm looking forward to being able to get an actual, because I'm a paper person. I need stuff in my hands. This electronic reading stuff is for the birds. I can't do that. I need the
Yep.
book. So I can't
Yep.
wait to actually get a copy, and then buy some extra ones and start giving them out to people
You
that
know what,
we
Robin? I think I'm
we
gonna
know.
sign yours. I'm gonna sign yours too.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. So that's everything we have in store and have done in 2021. What a blissful year. I know COVID has been going crazy, but God has truly blessed us in the midst of this storm.
Yep.
And we're so grateful for the podcast. We're so grateful for the app,
Bags of
and we're
money.
so
Yeah.
grateful, yes, and for the book. And so, as you can see, we're working on continuing on in 2022, continuing with the podcast, getting the iOS version of the app out,
Mm-hmm.
and looking to getting this book, hard copies of this book, so we can bless other people. So it's just been a wonderful year, and I just wanted to thank everyone that has been with us from the start, listening to the podcast, download, listening, joining the live stream. It has been an amazing journey, and I can't believe a whole year has gone by, because it went by quick. And I just wanted to say thank you, thank you, thank
Yes.
you.
Yep. Yep.
God bless you and your family, and have a wonderful and safe, happy New Year's. Whatever you're doing on Friday evening, be safe, and just have a wonderful New Year's, and know that whatever's coming against you, you're strong enough to handle it. So
Yep. And I want to uh, double down on that. And a big thanks to my wife Robin. She has been very instrumental as far as the website, definitely the podcast, and communicating with people, making sure she does all the dry runs. She has become an IT guru, y'all. an IT guru. So you need help with your computer, call Robin. She can help you out. She
I
does
don't
all the code.
know.
Yeah, you do. Tina can tell you. She does. She does
I
all
don't
the dry runs and testing and stuff. I'm like, how'd it go? She was like, it went good. I'm like, okay. I don't do them. People, and I'm the IT person. And you think I do any of that stuff? Nah, I don't do any of it. It all belongs and go through my wife. She has really taken that thing by the head and just ran with it, man. She surprised me. I'm thinking I had to do a whole lot of work, but to God be the glory. He knows when you need a helpmate, who to call. That's my ram in the bush right there, y'all. My ride or die. So I commend you from just doing such a great job because you've taken over the podcast. Y'all didn't hear me talk a lot. She was like, "Okay, Errol, you can talk now." I mean, I just sit back, and I actually learned that from the pastor because First Lady always goes on first, and she just takes over, and then Pastor comes in and do the cleanup. And I'm surprised that my wife even came out her shadow, her shell to speak this. But I'm like, caught me off guard. I'm like, where this come from? But you have to nurture that. You can't say this ain't your area. This is my area. I just nurtured it. And she has really grown with it. So big kudos to you, honey, for just
Well, thank
walking
you.
walking in that faith and doing what you do best. You definitely work with all our guests. You work with Tina. You do all the posting. She even does the media file. When she does the video file, she does it. She cleans it up. She edits it. She cleans out the background notes and posts it. I was like, it sounds good. That's what a good CEO does. Make sure it sounds good. So I commend you for that, baby. You've done an incredible job on
Well, thank
your
you.
skill set. You are
Thank you.
definitely honing your skill set. So I've gotten a little rusty on mine. Mine's just talking now. So you know, so thank you. I just want to make sure I honor you and the things that you've done this year and where you've come from and where you are now.
Well, thank you. We're a team. We're doing it together. So thank you. It's been fun. It's been a fun journey, and I'm looking forward to 2022. And I'm looking for more conversations with Miss Tina Smith and other
Oh
experts
yeah,
that we
that's gonna
come
be great.
come up with. And I'm excited, and I just love to know that we're helping somebody. Somebody's being helped, and
Yep.
and that's
Mhm.
good. That's a good
Yep.
thing. So
Amen to that.
so
Amen to that.
happy New Year's, everyone.
Happy
Be
New
safe
Year.
out there, and we'll see
Mask up.
you. That's right, and we'll see you in 2022. We'll have
2022.
some new stuff coming out starting sometimes towards the end of January. So take care and have a blessed and safe Happy New Year's.
All right. Take
Bye,
care, y'all.
Tina.
Bye, Tina. Thank you again.
Have a good night, everyone. Thank you.
Bye bye.
Well, thank you for tuning in to our podcast, Financeology 101. I hope you enjoyed this session and the information provided will assist you on your financial journey. Until next time, be financially engaged.